good? What's going on, fellas?
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep.
How's you guys get back into pads today? How was that like?
We did. It's always good to get back in the pads after a season. Get back into the flow of things, start doing the things that you're going over in meetings, stuff like that.
We talked a lot last year about the offensive line shuffle. How nice is it to have basically everybody back out there working right now?
It's great. You get a lot of rotation, a lot of depth, and it's not really a lot of too much new teaching because those guys in the back end of the year, that was, we got back healthy, and the guys that was rotating early in the year, they have more experience. And so it's great to see them get back out there and, compete.
Does it make it easier to grow the chemistry and the communication with the group just when everybody's kind of around and active?
Of course. Anytime verbiage is being used and stuff, the more you hear it, live speed, game speed, the more it makes it easier to mesh with other people in the group.
How much flexibility do you guys have within the group? It seems like there's a lot of people trying their hand at different roles.
I say we do have a lot of diversity in the group, a lot of flexibility because a lot of people are working different positions, left and right, center, tackle, guard. And so that's very important. So when one person goes down, you can throw another bullet in there.
Have you moved around at all?
I have left to right.
You comfortable with both of them equally, or how's that work for you?
So yeah, I am comfortable with both. I'm more right-handed, so right hand is a little easier for me per se because it's just more natural. But I was doing it prior to going left and right, so it's just second nature.
What's the depth like with your offensive line this spring? Seems like it's a pretty deep group.
Yeah, it's looking good. We're looking deep. We just got to keep coming on, and the new guys got to just keep learning the system to where they feel comfortable, and then it'll be beautiful when we can just rotate in and keep guys fresh.
What have you seen out of the new guys? It seems like they recruited a handful or a few guys that are pretty talented. What are you seeing out of those new guys so far?
First and foremost, they bought into the culture. We haven't had no issues with the guys. Let's say, saying Coach values senior leadership, and when we tell them, hey, take this step, it'll help you on your blocks and such, they buy into it, and they're all about it. And so after that, they're all athletic, and they got fight to them, and that's the basis, really, of O-line play.
What is it like for you being the most experienced player in that group now?
It's a weird feeling, because I used to share that burden with Maka and KD and Spence, and so just being the true old head, me and Makai, it's a different feeling, but it's a challenge I'm willing to take on. That's why I came back.
Do you do anything different because of that? You approach that leadership role any differently than you did last year?
Yeah, I know I have to be more vocal, simply because, the vocal guy last year kind of was KD. And so with him being gone, me and Makai have to share that vocal role is when, we feeling like the group is in a lull or a little tired, we got to get the guys going.
Does that come naturally to you, or is that something you kind of have to work on internally?
No, I'm really a guy that just, goes by my business and tries to lead by example, but I've had to work on it and, voice more. That's what Coach wants from me.
Is there anybody, like a leader on the team who you sort of aspire to be like, somebody who does that well that you've seen, kind of you sort of can model that after when you're taking that responsibility on?
Really just all the coaches, they set a great example for us on how to lead and things like that, and everybody leads in their own way. And so I wouldn't say I model my leadership style off of anybody, but I'm trying my best to create my own leadership style.
What's the coaching like this spring compared to, the past? You got the new line coach in the room. What's that like?
Well, Coach Traylor has always been in the room, so, it's not a complete culture shock or nothing like that. We're still doing the same things in practice that we have been doing, it's just coming from a different voice. But, the message is still the same because the culture is still the same.
How do you look back on your season and your play last year individually?
I feel like I had a good season. Of course, anybody has some things they can improve on, and I'm working and focusing on that in the off season, and that should help elevate my game going into this new conference.
What are some of those focuses?
Just maintaining my feet, getting things quicker, and, trusting the guys next to me. As you know, we had a lot of moving around and stuff like that, so I had a lot going on in my mind. So it'd be good for me to just focus and settle down and focus on my own role.
You look in shape. How do you feel physically?
Thank you. I feel good. I had to take some time away from the game because I had a minor surgery, and now that I'm back after rehab and stuff, I'm feeling great.
How has Ernesto sort of adapted to the center role? How's that been a change for the O-line group?
Kind of like me going left and right, it's kind of secondhand for him because he's already played center before. And so he's making the calls that's necessary to get us started. And, you know, as I said before, he's feisty, he's a competitor, so he's going to get the job done.
How about Makai, getting him back out there next to you? What's that been like? How's he responded to being back on the field?
Oh, it's great. You know, he has a great attitude. He's ready to go to work. You know, he feels like he missed out a lot in the team environment last year because, you know, he went down early. And, you know, it's just great to have him there, somebody who's a vet. Because as I said before, you know, when it's a vet playing next to you versus a new guy, it's less communication you have to deal with. So you get to have your calls and your tempos and all of that quicker. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks.